Hey everybody, how's it going today? It's me, Captain Energy, and today we're taking a look at the JT-4000 from Behringer. Now this synthesizer is a powerhouse of a little teeny synthesizer. I can't believe that a synth that's $50, I should say, sounds this good, is what I'm actually trying to get at. The front end of this thing is super easy to understand what's going on. We got this little teeny display, so it's not huge, but each of these buttons does exactly what they say they're going to do. You click the button, you scroll through the different options under that parameter. So in amp, I have like attack, decay, sustain, release, nothing more, nothing less. And then there's a left parameter and a right parameter, and they associate with these two knobs right here. When you're not in there, they change depending what you're using, but those knobs basically are all you have. This knob, this knob, this knob. This is volume, and this is off. You change the parameters to what you want to change with these little buttons here, and that is all there is to this thing. The only thing about this device that I would say is limiting is that it only has one output. So we have this right here, and it's kind of a headphone slash line out type output. I didn't find it very noisy. I think it's fine. So, I mean, I'm running it into my system right now through, as you can see, this HOSA splitter into another HOSA cable, and it's playing through to my system. And this guy right here is providing power. But here's some interesting stuff that I found out about this. A few people have thought or mentioned that, oh, how am I going to use this with the Dawless setup if I want to? Well, it depends on the Dawless setup, is what I'm going to tell you. With my Akai MPCs, I am playing the keyboard right now. When I connect it, I'll show you on the screen here. You can see that the synthesizer shows up on my control panel here on my MPC, and I can then plug it in USB. It powers it from my MPC as well as adds it as a controller. Now, that's kind of cool, but wouldn't it be cool to be able to use it with other things as well? It would, and I think I might have a solution, and I'm working on it to try and I've got to get some other cables to test this out to be sure it actually works 100%. But I went on Amazon, and for like $4, maybe $5, I bought this little splitter cable. Now, typically, the reason you'd buy this cable is you would hook it to a Mac, and then you would be able to use that port for USB and to charge through, okay? But if I take this cable out right here and bring this over here, that's power. That's actually an AC power adapter for a Macintosh, actually. I'll plug that in here. I'm going to turn this on. Give this a moment. And now, there we go. It powers on and it works from there. I can't play it from my MPC right now, but if I take this wire and plug this in here, it works fine. Now, that being said, that means that if I take this wire, this USB wire here, and theoretically, if I put a USB controller wire on the end of this, like a USB wire that is class compliant, because that's how this is working with the MPC right now, is that the MPC does class compliant connection through its side, and this is a class compliant device. If I get a class compliant USB to MIDI adapter, I should theoretically be able to plug this into any other device and use this as a separate synthesizer. Now, I'm going to try it out and see what happens, and I will report back in another video to let you know what happened, what the result was. But I'll tell you, it is very promising that this device could theoretically be used with a lot of other devices. I mean, I was thinking about, man, if I grabbed a second one for myself, I could technically take two of these, plug them into my regular circuit tracks, and use them as two more voices. Basically have four synthesizers, because you have the two FM, then you'd have these two analog synthesizers right with it, powered off the whole thing. One bank, I could power them all off of one USB bank, as I do when I'm on the road. This could work the same way. Pretty promising that I'd be able to use this with a Dawless setup instead of with a DAW or even with an MPC, which is technically Dawless, just the MPC becomes the DAW. But just a thought. Yeah, so it's pretty awesome. Do you have one of these yet? If you don't, I would really recommend getting your hands on one, just even if you don't. Honestly, for $50, it costs about the same as a plug-in, and the quality is super good. It's light and it's plasticky and it's easy to store, and it's just kind of a really cool conversation piece in my opinion. So if you have any questions, hit me up. If you've got one, let me know what you think of it. I'm really curious what people think of this device. I'm kind of hoping Behringer doesn't stop here. I would love to see some more of these little devices like this. This is like super fun, super cool to use. There are a couple changes that I would make to it myself if it were mine. If I were designing it, I would give it at least one MIDI input, or I would give it a normal audio outs, like 2 1/4-inch jacks. That would be nice. But yeah, I think it's a great little system, a great little device. Sounds awesome. And I finally have a little bit of that JT-4000 feel in my life, which is, awesome. So excited. Can't wait to see if they bring out like a better version than this. But it's super fun. I mean, it's like good things come in small packages, as they say. So here you go. Hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you thought of it in the comments. And if you've got one, let me know what you think of the device. Let me also know if you'd like to see this featured